Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of SimCity Ultimate City. It's been a while since I last played, and now that I've logged in there's been another update and we have this SimCity launch park. So it's some sort of thing that they've added, I guess, to say sorry about the launch of the game, which was pretty awful. But we're not going to be using this anytime soon because this is for high wealth. Now I do plan on doing the high wealth area soon, but this kind of stage between where we got things up and running and then we wanted to move to the next area where we get to smelting and start getting the money incoming. It's actually been kind of slow and not gone as smoothly as I had planned. But anyway, you can see here that the university is closed. If you remember in the previous episodes, we've been having trouble with our education ever since we built the university, and now that we've done the research I have closed that down. So I can't remember, I did play this for a little while just trying to get everyone into school. I can't remember if that actually worked. Here it would look like that is not the case. However, if we look at these charts, we can see that there are quite a few people not in education. These are all kids as well, so I don't know how the game, figures out who's who, because a lot of people are adults when they go to university. But I have been reading the comments on previous videos, and a lot of people have been saying to get a high school or upgrade the high school even and get rid of the grade school. Now I've done this before and I think I've mentioned it as well in the videos that the game is very strange. You take away a grade school and not everyone who is going to that school then starts going to the high school, so it can be a risky transition, as I'm sure shutting down the university will be. But things are good at the moment. Are we playing in the fastest speed? We are not. Now that we've done that, I need to pick a new site for the power plant. I'm really not sure where I'm actually going to build that. Let's have a look down here and see if we can actually build it. Yeah, we can. No, it's the upgrade for that, isn't it? So if we click on one of these sites and edit, you can see we can now build that. So I need to build a ton of those. I have the money to do that. And like I said, I'm not really sure where I'm actually going to do this, so I think it would be a good idea to take a little cut here and figure out where I'm going to put it. Okay, well I've got to hit record now. As you can see from my power situation, something has gone really wrong with the game. I built the new power down here. We had a massive excess of around 100 megawatts, and then all of a sudden it just went boom, minus 100, and so I've just been sitting here watching the power drain out around the city, and then a tornado hits us right in the heart of this area here. The area that is most affected by the power cut, which is just cheers. Cheers, game. I didn't do anything wrong, and then all of a sudden it went a bit crazy. And in case you're wondering what time of day it was the morning when I did this. I waited until the morning because if you do this in the evening, then as you can see it says charging photovoltaic cells. And yeah, throughout the day it was fine. Then all of a sudden the night came round and the megawatt deficit just went boom all the way down to minus 100. I even built a little wind farm over here, but I realised that that wouldn't really make too much of a difference at all. But now that it is AM, surely this thing should start producing power soon. If not, it looks like my city is going to have a really bad backlash from that. So let's wait and see. Okay, now it's powering city. See, now we have 359 megawatts excess, so I don't know if it's going to do that again next day. I really don't know what to think of that. But let's see if there's any serious backlash. Let's have a look through our charts. I imagine happiness has probably taken a bit of a hit. Not really though. Density is good. There's actually a few streets that we can upgrade, and I was just waiting until we got the power situation sorted out to do that. But soon we'll be able to expand the area over here. In fact, once this power situation thing is done, I can't remember what else it was that I wanted to do, so we might be doing that. But there you go, power is bad, but it's coming back up. And the emergency services weren't affected, by the way. I say emergency service, I mean the city services, the sewage treatment plant and the water pumping station. They were just fine because they're right next to the power source, which is a good thing because when those go down, that's when you have some really bad effects. But yeah, they were fine. So yeah, everything looks okay actually. Do have a little bit of a crime problem. You can see we have apprehended how many criminals? Maybe we click on it. We've got 6 in there at the moment. And the education problem, it's really strange. Since we've built the university, we've had problems, and I watched them go around as well. the buses that is. Now, they were driving around to about 4 p.m. and kids just kept appearing in these houses. So you can see there's 100 in this one at the moment. That would go down as the buses went round, then all of a sudden they would shoot back up again, like you can see they're doing here. It's like they're waking up and going, oh, I need to go to school. So the game says, okay, there's uneducated kids here. But that was happening all the way up to 4 p.m. It was just ridiculous. And I saw some of the buses going around in a little loop over here. They were going up and down over and over again. It was really strange. Yes, but anyway, I'm going to continue working on this area here, make sure we have enough power, and then hopefully when I come back we're not going to have another disaster like that. Okay, everything is good. Night time has rolled around, and this time it says running on battery power, which is good. Now this is powering all of the city, and I've done a little experiment. I built this just a few hours ago, and it also said running on battery power rather than charging cells, and I built it right before the night time came around, so just more general bugginess with this game. But I've actually turned that off because if you have a look here, we have plenty of megawatts to go around, and so if we need more like emergency backup, then we can turn that on. And our income, or our lack of income per hour, has gone up a little bit because we're spending more money on power there. So now what we need to do is start increasing the population of this city, so we're going to be increasing the density around this area here. I'm not sure if these ore mines are ready to be destroyed yet. You can see it says it still has a 2-month supply. This one a 1-month supply, so we're probably going to start work on the next wealth area soon as well. However, if we go over here and have a look at the workers, you can see we already have 206 of the higher wealth value. I'm not sure where they came from, and we should be able to spot them using this map right here. So it's probably just around here where I'm looking. Because there's a few positive influences, but if we have a look we can see that all of these are low land value, so they're not there, and they're not there as well. So there's another park there, that's an area. Look at this place. Okay, so there's lots of buildings around here of positive influence. It's these ones down here. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm not sure if this is the best thing to have the densities mixed. It seems like it's a better idea in my, testing in my little play offline worlds, that it's better to separate the areas completely. But we're going to have to upgrade the density there, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not really sure how we're going to be able to see if it's going to affect the city too much. If we come down here and just upgrade that road, then they should probably upgrade instantly. In fact, we might as well just go the whole way there. I've seen some traffic problems on that road as well because of the lack of density. So I don't think there's any more roads now. This one over here, are these guys ready to move up? They are. Okay, so let's upgrade that road there, and we still have plenty of room for more people because we've got all these unfulfilled jobs. So I'm not sure if I want to lay out the new area just yet. Is there anything else that I've missed? I know I want to rebuild this bit down here. You see this road, it comes all the way down to the bottom and then it does a U-turn back into this area. Now the problem with that is we want to send people into this area without making it a longer route for them. So if you work or live over here and you need to work over there, then it might be quicker for you just to go up the road and go across the middle, which is not what we want. So we're going to need to modify this road in the future, and I can't help but feel we'll put the cut through right there. That kind of makes sense, even though it won't be quite the same as the other side. But yeah, anyway, I think it's time to start laying out the roads over in our new residential area. Okay, the new area. I've actually spent quite a bit of time doing the roads, rebuilding them, forgetting to do certain things, and we're going to start off with a very small area. Now there's a couple of reasons why. First of all, this bit down here is going to expand into this area here, so we're probably never going to go further across than where we're at right now. The other reason is because in the future we're going to be mining, let's see, where is it? That one over there, we're going to be mining more ore, so up here in this area, we're probably going to do our mining from this side of the road, so we can expand up here if we need to. But then this area here, we're going to do some mining right down there next to the residential area, so that's why we're not going to expand any further than that. Now I built all of my roads and then I remembered that we needed space for parks, so you can see that I've built one here, and if we go down to the parks tab and we pick out, I do believe it's, no, that's too small, maybe it was one of the plaza ones, yeah, that one right there. Okay, so That's interesting because that fit in that gap before. What's going on here? Oh, maybe it was that one. I actually don't understand that. That's impossible. Okay, so let me explain what I did. So I went up here, and you see these buildings. You can see they're the same width as these ones. And then what we want to do is we want to put strips of what they're called, trees. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but we want to put tree rows behind them. And this actually fit in this gap before. Now I don't understand why it won't put it there, because I haven't changed the position of this. That is just so strange. Okay, so let's demolish that. This game is so weird. And let's try again. So we want nature, tree row. So it's right on the edge there. And then we go to do the big park, which is in the plaza. And now apparently it fits on the edge there. So really strange. It did look like it had gotten a little bit bigger. That is very bizarre. Anyway, we're going to be zoning it like this. We're going to put down residential across here. There's a little bit around the corner. We don't actually want that. Then we're going to have a small commercial area. And that's because when we expand it in the future, this whole block will become commercial. And made it go around the corner again. And then down the bottom here we'll have residential, commercial, and then I'm getting all my words muddled up at the moment. Residential, commercial, residential. And so now those people are starting to move in. So what we need to do is increase the land wealth from the beginning, especially before we upgrade the density of any of these rows. And so we're going to continue adding short tree roads like that. And they're not going to quite match up with the road, which is something maybe I should have thought about. That would have been nice to have them meet up, but you know, it's only a minor detail, so not really a big issue, is it? Okay, so let's put in another tree row back there. And it's quite possible that this could affect the size of these buildings here, like you saw before. It did cause a bit of an issue. I'm worried if that would as well. It looks like something funny's going on with the ground there. It's going down into the ground. And that'll do for that bit there. So we also need a couple of parks around the place. So let's have a look at the land value. So that area there is going to be well affected. I think we're going to need a little park down on the corner here. Let's put that just around there. In fact, this whole area here can be used for parks. And so now we need something somewhere around here for these people. I have no idea if we can put another bunch of tree rows like that in. Let's have a look. So it's this one right here, and the answer is no, we can't, so we need to remove that. Okay, there we go. So we're going to have to sacrifice a building for a park instead. So we'll put one there on that corner and one over here on this corner, and I think it might have to be a fancy park. I'm not really sure. Let's try and get away with doing one of the cheaper ones like this. So what happens when we put that on the corner? Okay, notice how these ones here aren't quite affected by the wealth yet. Let's add another little park down the bottom here. So a couple of houses in the middle. I have to keep our eye on that. Maybe as we add more parks around the place, they'll actually get affected by it. So I just realised another problem. The whole thing that we've done throughout the city is keep all the buildings on the same side of the road. Now people do interactive parks and go to them, and I've just put them on the edge of a road like that, as I've done over there as well. So I need to keep my eye on that in terms of traffic and those sorts of problems. But for now we're going to add another one there and another one here. And so now most of this is all of the right land density, with that bit there just being left out, but hopefully the buildings around it will raise the land value as we go along. And is it me, or has the music changed? The music sounds so much more theatrical and classical in this play session than it has previously. Yeah, listen to that. Okay, so what are we going to do now? We're going to keep our eye on this as it develops. And there were a few changes I was contemplating over here. Maybe we should reposition this road so it goes closer to the university, wraps around the corner, and then maybe we can expand the size. That music is really loud. Expand the size of these areas here. I also dezoned this because we actually want to get rid of these, and the reason why is because of this. If you have a look at the amount of unsatisfied shoppers, that's why you don't mix the zones, because everyone in this area is able to get to shops, and the people down here who are in that area of that, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, of that land value, they have no shops to go to. So these people are now probably going to try and drive all the way over here to shop, which isn't good. So we actually just need to demolish these buildings. Now this one here is of the higher land value. It's not having a good time either. So we will get rid of these things right here. Apparently, no, okay, I can demolish that. And let's just check that that's all dezoned. That bit there isn't. And let's see what this person moving in is. Yeah, you can see they're of the higher land value, which is not what we need right now. So that building there is going to have to go. The other one can stay. And if we do expand around here, there's quite a lot of positive influences. And I was thinking, is there any way that I can actually turn that into a negative influence and cancel that out? But I can't think of any way really. So let's have a look. That's pretty much going to stay like that. We'd have to relocate the fire station and the police station. I did want to put those in the middle here. Maybe that's something we can do now that we have two residential districts. It might not be long before we need a bigger fire station and a bigger police station. So if we put them in the middle, then we could expand the area here. But I just want to emphasise that I really do want to expand this residential area more at the moment, because then it means we can open up this smelting factory here. And we've been kind of stumbling along for a while now with the money situation. Ever since we swapped over the power, it feels like something's changed, because we're not making quite as much a month as we were before. But yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on this area here, make sure everything's fine, do some checking of all the different data maps, and I also need to keep my eye on education, because that is still causing me problems last time I checked. If we go to the education tab, you can see yeah, a lot of people not enrolled. In fact, I think what we need to do is an experiment now, because no one's going to the university, and that hardly anyone was going to the high school last time I checked. Now we've got 600 students in there. A lot of people were saying to use the high school, so we'll do an experiment. We will shut down the grade school like people asked me to, and we will upgrade the amount of classrooms and buses. Let's just see if that's actually possible. See, there's another thing. We need buses to go out and pick up people. But we'll do an experiment. We will build ourselves another classroom, so we'll put one on the side there. Now how many people does this take in total? Let's just close that. 2,800. We have 2,900 in the city, so we're going to shut down the grade school and we will see what happens. Okay, there is an earthquake somewhere in the city, and it's over here. And also the sound effects in the game have gone again. It's just bizarre, I can't hear them. Let's zoom in. Okay, now we can hear some of them. And wow, that did a lot of damage. Oh man, that is not good. Yeah, that took out quite a few houses there. So let's get rid of all this rubble. And this building over here, this one right here has said that it's been abandoned for ages, but at the same time it says it's making lots of profit. Doesn't really make much sense. So we've got a bugged out building there. So okay, these buildings are coming back. Shouldn't take them too long to get back to where they were. I think when you lose a building in a high residential, or sorry, density area, they pretty much come back straight away. And now there's fires around the city as well, thanks to the earthquake. Let's see what they're saying over here. Yeah, we have a fire problem at the moment. So I think I'll put down an extra fire station. Oh no, not a fire station. Yeah, an extra fire station garage. There we go. Okay, I'm monitoring the situation with this school. It doesn't look too good so far. We have 800 students there at the moment, but we've still got a little bit more time to get more people into school. But one of the things I've done over here is I've added a streetcar stop. I've also added the bus stops and the school stops as well. So everything in this area right here is ready to go. But that is it for this episode. In the next one, hopefully I'll come back with some good results for the test with the high school. But I can't help but feel we're going to go back to using the grade school and the high school. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.